Hi everyone, I'm Koryn Okey.
And I'm Justin Ford.
And welcome to Breezeway Academy. At Breezeway Academy, you'll learn how to build stronger, more professional vacation rental operations. So whether you manage 10 homes or 1,000, this series is here to give you practical frameworks, proven strategies, and real-world best practices that you can apply immediately. At Breezeway, we work with thousands of property managers around the world, and every day we get to see how high-performing operators structure their teams, build their workflows, and deliver 5-star stays consistently. But today we're kicking off a brand new series focused on something that sits at the foundation of every great stay: safety. And I'm so excited to be joined by my colleague and friend, Justin Ford, Breezeway's head of safety.
Thanks, Koryn. I'm really excited to be here today.
Oh, me too. If you don't know Justin, and I'm sure that most of you already do, but Justin brings years of hands-on experience in vacation rental safety, inspections, and risk prevention. And in this series, we're gonna break down what safety actually means for vacation rental operators and how you can put it into practice. Because safety is something that a lot of operators care about, but they don't always have a clear process or system to actually act on.
Yeah, exactly. And the goal here is to make safety practical, not overwhelming, and show how easily it fits into your day-to-day operations.
Okay, so Justin, let's start with the basics. When we say vacation rental safety, what are we really talking about?
Yeah, at its core, vacation rental safety is about protecting your guests from harm caused by the property itself. So we're talking about the physical environment, everything a guest interacts with during their stay at the property. Things like smoke detectors, carbon monoxide alarms, decks and railings, pools and hot tubs, electrical systems. I've got like 77
So everything?
things. Yeah, I've got a lot.
So everything.
Everything. And it's important to clarify what safety is not,
Yeah.
though. I get asked this a lot. It's not the same as security, like locks and surveillance. It's not the same as cleanliness or health. It can be, and I know sometimes it does, but here today, we're specifically talking about preventing injury.
Okay, so that's a super important distinction because I think a lot of operators feel like if a property is clean and everything is working and it looks good, then it must be safe. But those are actually very different things.
Yeah, exactly. A property can look great and still have risks that are not visible at first glance.
Okay, so one concept that you talk about a lot when you're doing presentations or when you're doing podcasts is this concept of the ultimate trust. So can you give us a little bit more? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's the big one. When a guest walks into a property, they assume that everything in the house or the condo or the boat or all these different things that people are renting now for accommodations is safe. They don't test the smoke detectors. They don't inspect the deck. They don't check to see if that railing is secure. They trust it's already been taken care of.
Right, and that's a huge responsibility for operators.
It is, because, guests are trusting you with their safety really without even thinking about it.
So Justin, let's talk about why this matters so much right now, because safety isn't just a nice to have. It's becoming a bigger and bigger part of our industry discussions. It's becoming a bigger focus for a lot of operators on how they run their business.
Yeah, I totally agree. Safety, first and foremost, importantly, safety protects your guests. Your guests are in an environment that is not familiar to them. They don't know the layout. They don't know where the risks might be. And they're often in a relaxed vacation state. I always call it vacation brain. Vacation brain is real.
It is, yeah.
They're not actively looking for hazards, and they shouldn't have to. Your role is to identify those risks before they ever walk through the door.
Right, because they're just showing up expecting that they booked this beautiful property and you've done everything to just work, make it work and be safe for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Second, safety protects your property and your business.
Absolutely.
A lot of safety measures are actually your first line of defense. For example, in the case of a fire, having working smoke alarms and a fire extinguisher readily available can make a huge difference. It can help contain the situation much earlier and protect your guests, prevent extensive damage to the property. You're not having to move guests around. And beyond the physical property, it also protects your business. When safety measures are in place and properly maintained, you're reducing risk and limiting potential liability. You're showing that you've taken the right steps to protect your guests and manage the property responsibly.
It's such an important point because safety isn't just about preventing something from going wrong, right? It's also about being prepared and protecting your business if and when it does.
Yeah, when's the key word there.
Yeah.
So third, safety helps you stand out. Guests today are more aware and more concerned than ever before. And owners want to know that their property's being taken care of. Not just clean, but protected. When you show that you have structured an approach to safety, it builds trust on both sides. It shows you're not just managing bookings, you're managing the property responsibly.
Absolutely, and that becomes a huge part of your value as an operator. It's really helpful when you're acquiring new owners to be able to show them what you're doing to not only protect the guests who book their home, but their home itself, what you're doing to protect it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that leads into fourth, safety helps professionalize the industry. That's always been our mission at Breezeway. Historically, short-term rentals haven't had the same level of standardized safety practices as hotels or other hospitality sectors. And that's changing now.
Which is great.
Yeah, operators who take safety seriously are helping raise the bar for the entire industry. They're creating more consistency, more trust, and a professional experience overall.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're seeing more and more at Breezeway. There are a lot of operators who are really stepping into that hospitality professional role.
Now, I could keep going on forever, but I'm going to close it out here and just say that finally, safety helps you stay ahead of regulations. Regulations are evolving quickly in this industry and all over the globe. In many cases, they're still catching up to real-world risks, though. And operators who are proactive about safety are not scrambling, they're already ahead.
And that's actually what we've seen with a lot of Breezeway clients, because there are many markets where regulations are actually being discussed or introduced, and there are operators who already have really strong safety processes in place. They're able to proactively show the regulators what they're doing, and this allows them to demonstrate the safety measures that they've already implemented, many of which with the recommendation of this man right here. And in some of those cases, it's even helping to shape that the regulations that come into play are fair, both for operators and for the community. So Justin, where does that leave operators and managers in all of this?
You have a responsibility. Your guests are considered invitees, which means you have a higher duty of care. You're responsible for identifying risks. You're responsible for addressing hazards and communicating important safety information. And addressing all of that to all of your properties is going to be a team effort. It doesn't just sit with one person. It involves your cleaners, your inspectors, your maintenance team, everyone who interacts with the property. It starts with becoming aware of the importance of safety and making sure that your team is properly trained to recognize risks and execute on safety procedures.
Exactly, and we're gonna get into all of those details in one of our upcoming videos about how you can actually train your team and build safety into your day-to-day operations. But safety isn't just something that you can check off once, right?
No, it isn't. It's constantly evolving. It's not a one-time event. Properties change over time. They change sometimes day to day, hour to hour. Things wear down, smoke alarm battery expires, new amenities are added. That big event you just had, the deck is now taking an extra load. A property that was safe months ago, a week ago, may not be safe today. And so safety has to be ongoing. It has to be a part of your regular process, not something you just revisit once a year and then forget about.
And this is where the systems that you have in place really come into play, because everything that we've talked about, inspections, documentations, follow-up, it is a lot. It's a lot to manage.
Breezeway really helps. You can schedule reoccurring inspections, assign tasks, track issues, document everything on one place. So instead of relying on memory or scattered communications, you have a structured system, and that's what makes safety scalable.
Okay, Justin, so as we wrap this up, safety is really the foundation of every stay, and it's gonna help protect your guests, your properties, and your business. And it's something that has to be built into your operations every single day.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about doing one thing. It's about building a system that continually works over time. And if you're looking to go deeper into this, I'd really encourage you and your team to take the Breezeway safety course. I think you've taken it twice.
I have, yep.
And that course goes much more into detail on vacation rental safety, inspections, best practices, and the best part is it really builds a great confidence across your entire team and your entire operation. So if you have questions about how to implement safety into your own business, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear what you're working through and help point you in the right direction.
Absolutely. So go ahead and you can click on the link below to book a time with one of our experts. Hint, hint, it's going to be this guy. He is our head of safety. This is going to be who you're going to be able to hear from. He's going to be able to help you get your safety processes moving in the right direction. Don't forget to subscribe to Breezeway to stay up to date on the future Breezeway Academy videos. And in our next video, I'm going to be joined again by Justin, and we're going to get into how you can really take this and make it practical for your business. We're going to walk through how you apply and implement safety into your operational processes. Justin, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Breezeway Academy.